What's up, everybody? This your man Justin J. Watt Gallery. Today, man, I'm doing something that has probably never been done in the history of Philadelphia. Probably, but I seriously doubt that a lot of people can actually pull off what I'm gonna try to pull off today. And as you can see, I have no shirt on, and it's a reason for that. And that brings me into what I'm going to try to pull off today, and that is to explain every single last tattoo on my body and give you a meaning and purpose for why I have it. Now, I know a lot of people can't do that. A lot of people get tattoos out here, and God knows what the hell it is, for real. But I'm going to show you that not everybody just has a whole bunch of cluttered junk on their body, and that some people actually have meanings and purposes behind their artwork or whatever. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna first give you a general explanation. The thing that when I first started to get tattoos, maybe I'm 28 years old now, so maybe my first tattoo was when I was 18 years old. And the thing that I wanted to have was sort of kind of like a good side, bad side kind of thing. That's kind of a cliche theme everybody does, the good, bad side, whatever. But that was what I wanted to do. Alright, so the original idea was to have a good side and a bad side. You know, that's kind of like cliche, everybody does that. But yeah, that was my idea. You know, when you're 18, you don't really have a lot of ideas. A lot of the guys that I hung out with around that time were tatted up. They had sleeves and everything. The guys that I worked with, a lot of my friends had tattoos, egging me on to get tattoos. I didn't know what to get. So at the time, I was really religious at the time. At that time, at 18, I was very religious, and a lot of stuff. I mean, you can look at my other YouTube videos. I had a lot of, problems in my life and things like that. And, growing up, I was always taught that, Jesus will get you through it, have faith, all that good stuff. I mean, teach his own, people still believe that. But, so my first tattoo was, I'm going to show you right here. My first tattoo is a Bible verse. Alright, so Philippians 4:13. This is a Bible verse. It says, I can do all things through Christ who strengthens me. Pretty much, like I said at the time, I was very religious, and I felt as though like this tattoo would get me through a lot of my hard times if I would just believe. I mean, I guess that's just the motto of religion, have faith, believe, things like that. So I told myself, if I look down every day, look at this, the worst case scenario, I always got God on my side, things like that. And still to this day, to some extent, I believe that, God is everywhere. God is within us all. God is above us all, things like that. And I'll get into a little bit more on that later. Question mark, I'll get back to that in a second. And so, I have Christ right here. This was my first tattoo. I'm not going to go into what was my second and third and fourth tattoos like that, but I'll just flip over here, and you see I have Jesus, and it's pretty good artwork there with roses, things like that, So this is Jesus correlating with the Bible verse, and then up at the top, I have a Latin phrase that says "Veni, Vidi, Vici," and that pretty much means I came, I saw, I conquered. That's what Julius Caesar said after he had like a quick victory. I forgot which battle it was, but it was a quick victory, and that's what he said after he defeated that when he won that battle. And I correspond that with my life is because I feel as though I came into this world with a lot on my shoulders. I pretty much the underdog my whole life. Came into this world. I saw a lot of crazy things. I experienced a lot of bad things, but I grew up. I grew out of it. I never used anything as an excuse. Well, maybe I used to, but I've learned to not do that anymore. And I conquered all of that. I conquered a lot of fears. I conquered a lot of shyness, a lot of insecurities. So this means a lot to me. I came, I saw, I conquered. Then we move down here. I have an angel. It was supposed to be a statue. I asked him to kind of make it look like a broken statue. and also it's a broken hourglass with the sand running out of it. Pretty much means, you know, time waits for nobody. You know, everything fades, time fades. Things pretty much get old and they fade away. And I use that as, you know, a reference to myself. Pretty much, you know, while you're here on earth, you know, live life to the fullest. I have a prayer down here. Now lay me down to sleep. I pray the Lord my soul to keep. If I should die before I wake, I pray the Lord my soul to take. That's, you know, the famous bedtime prayer. And I also, I relate all of this together. You know, the common theme is like the Lord and, you know, watch over me. You know, time on earth isn't, you know, forever. Right here, I shall fear no one but God. I have angel wings. A lot of stuff is self-explanatory. Angel wings, things like that. The clouds, the everything, the filler. Then I'm gonna jump to right here real quick. Both of my arms, I have my gift on this arm, and I have my curse on this arm. So what is my gift and what is my curse? Well, back then when I got these tattoos, well, still to this day, my gift is art. You know, turn around and says art. My curse, I turn around, it has an eye. And now I have many eyes on my body. You know, I have eyes all over, you know, but this eye is very significant for two reasons. And I'll get to this a little later, this side. But this eye, for one, was my curse when I was little. You know when I had an accident with my eye when I was young, and you know, people, you want to laugh. Still to this day, like grown ass men and stuff might say little things, but you know, I don't care about things like that. I mean, I'm me, and I don't give a fuck about what anybody got to say, because I'm me. And when I was born, I didn't have like a whole bunch of niggas like on my back and shit, like, well, all of us coming out at the same time, and I gotta live and breathe and eat what this guy thinks about me. So since that's not the case, then I don't really give a fuck what any nigga got to say about me. But anyway, so I had my gift, my curse. This eye I overlooked, ironically overlooked. That's kind of funny. The eye. No, that eye. I'm not the best joke teller, by the way. But anyway, this eye pretty much is like, it's just watching over everything. The eye to me is a symbol of God, a symbol of omnipresence, things like that. And I'm gonna get into that a little bit later, because people with these eyes and these pyramids, and I know I'm jumping the gun on this, but I just had to say it, like, people really need to get off YouTube. I know you're watching this on YouTube, but y'all need to start like really expanding your mind about a lot of things. And this question mark right here to top everything off is like very important to me, because like I said, this arm is a very religious arm, a very positive, influential arm. When I was younger, I had a lot of very strongly into the church and things like that. If it wasn't for my, you know, my best friend or my grandma, you know, I was in church somehow, you know, getting force fed or whatever you want to call it, like information about God and things like that. But later in my life, after I started like reading a little bit more and things like that, then I didn't abandon the church, so to speak. I mean, I guess I did, but I kind of just got a more enlightened vision of how God is and how religion is and things like that. So the question mark is pretty much like, I can do all things through Christ who strengthens me, question mark. Like, I'm a man, I'm here, God created me, so I'm going to put the blame on myself for anything that happens to myself. You know, I'm not supposed to say myself twice, but I put the blame on whatever happens to me. So the question mark is like, am I really leaning on making all these excuses for myself when I need to start taking initiative and stop, you know, blaming everything on other people? So if Christ can't do it, I'm gonna do it, and if I can't do it, then I'm going to blame myself. You know, I should be working real hard to get myself out of situations and things like that. That's one meaning for this question mark. The other meaning is, you know, question all things. Like, question if I'm being recorded right now. Question is the color of my pants and the color of this couch is blue. Like, you know what I mean? Question everything, even if it says it. You know, believe none of what you hear and half of what you see. So, all right. So that's the end of this arm, and I'm gonna cut this video short and make a part 2 and a part 3. Till next time, stay tuned. J Wild Gallery, I'm out.